Welcome to 5 on 5. Today I'm sitting down with Lee Burton, our FMS co-founder, and he is literally in between international trips to discuss where FMS has been for the last few months and where we're headed. So for those of you who have watched 5 on 5 before, you will know that the trick to this interview is that Lee will have to answer the questions in 60 seconds or less. So are you ready to start the clock, Lee?
Let's go.
Okay, great. FMS in 2017 has released a lot of new course content. What are you most excited about? And just talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we pushed out quite a bit of content this past year. The breathing assessment and screening class, motor control screen, the modified FMS. We released FCS last year, so that was a big deal. But a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of things that go into getting this content out there. A lot of research, a lot of data, a lot of feedback. And so it's really exciting kind of getting to that finish line and pushing those things out. And this year, of course, we're now working on the movement experience course. So that's another thing we're pushing out next year that it's an exciting time here.
So part of bringing everyone up to speed, it also included a highly anticipated annual event that everyone looks forward to every year, and that's the FMS Speaker School. Talk to us about that. What does it entail?
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's, really, I don't think a lot of people that are sitting in the audience, whether it's listening at a conference or whether it's coming to one of our seminars or any seminar for that matter, what it takes to stand in front of a group of people and deliver not just an hour lecture, but to hold people's attention for 2 days. That's a lot. You have to be entertaining. Obviously, the content's got to be there. But we've been very fortunate and to have the types of professionals that we have that even want to be an instructor for us. We try to pick some of the top professionals with great experience. Then they've got to go through pretty much what turns out to be 2 years of going and attending, just immersing themselves in our information. And then to top it off, sit for 2 days with Greg Rose, some of these guys who are really, really good presenters and just be critiqued. So I think it's an intense 2 days, but all the instructors, across the board, they all are so appreciative because it's great not only professionally but personally going through that process.
So Lee, what does movement quality mean to you?
Wow, you would think that'd be an easy one for me to answer, but it can be tough. I think really our whole motto is move well before you move often, and it does go back to quality over quantity. That's what we've always been teaching ever since I started working with Gray over 20 years ago. And it's being able to be durable and sustainable. Can you go through the basic task? It's not always about how much weight I can lift. I want to know, is my body in a place that I can accept everything I want to put into it or put on it, whether that's walking, running, picking up the kids, doing things around the house. I would just want to think about all those things. To me, that's movement quality. It's about sustainability, it's about durability, because we all want to live long and healthy lives. And I think that's the ultimate goal. And too often, we're not thinking about that. We're not thinking long term, we're thinking short term.
So you started out as an athletic trainer, went on into higher education as a college professor, and now here you are, the CEO and co-founder of Functional Movement Systems. What advice would you give to students who are on your educational or professional track?
I'll make this real simple. I was very fortunate that my parents instilled in me a solid work ethic. And I think that's one reason Gray and I both have been successful is we work hard. Work hard and play hard. And I think, students need to come out and understand that the bachelor's education is giving you the fundamentals and foundation. You got to take it to the next level. Now, you learned how to walk, now you got to learn how to run. And that's where the work ethic comes in because you just need to get as much education as possible. Seek out professionals. We've been very fortunate that we've been working with professionals all over the world from highest levels of professional sports to physical education teachers that work with kids. And you can learn from all of those people. You can take in all information. That's what you need to do because students, when you get out of college, you don't know your path. And I think you need to take in all this information early on to help drive you in the right direction to figure out what you're really passionate about. Get as much in as you can early on to start figuring that out.
So when the staff travels with you to events, oftentimes you're referred to as Dr. Lee Burton or Dr. Burton. But anyone who knows you because you're so down to earth and approachable, we all call you Lee, even here in the office. And one could draw a similar analogy with our screens and assessments. Go ahead and tell us about that.
It's funny you say that. The screen was developed in a small clinic in Virginia where we are now, pretty much. And it was always designed to be practical and easy, approachable, if you will. for coaches to use it. It wasn't really designed for a medical professional or a physical therapist or a doctor or an athletic trainer. It was designed to be done by the coach. So we spent plenty of time on the front end to accomplish that goal. You know, Greg came up with the idea, and then all of us sitting around really spent a lot of time to try to make it as simple as possible, but no simpler. And I think that, in my opinion, is what I'm most proud of, is the fact that we were able to come out of that, going down that rabbit hole all those years ago, and come out with something pretty simple and pretty easy to use that anybody can use to give you some information to make better decisions in what this person needs. That has always been the end goal. Hey, I want to know, Stephanie, if I screen you, what do you really need? What does my decision-making process look like? And I think, you know, by me taking you through a real quick screen can help do that.
Well, thank you so much, Lee, and thank you for joining us for today's 5 on 5. If you have any questions or feedback, be sure to drop us a line in this post, and we'll see you soon. But in the meantime, move well and move often.